There's very few things that can really encapsulate the full beauty of Italy, especially in the watch market. However, Venezianico, an Italian-born brand, has really given us something that does capture a little bit of that history and art. Hi guys, my name is Jason and I am your watch guy today. Today I am featuring Venezianico once more. They have released a new Redentore that has a little bit more of an artistic twist than the previous model. I actually loved the Musu black dial. I still have it in my collection, but this one really does spice up that classic looking line of watches that they have. I've linked them in the description. That's where you can find them. They've sent this watch to me. I do not have to send it back. With that all being said, let's get into it. You can see straight away that this one holds plenty of significance and really displays the Venetian history, depicting an ancient coin that was commissioned in the late 17th century. It was called the Osella, and that comes from the term for female duck, which was a delicacy in Italy at the time and was often given as a gift by the Doge. It was intended to replace this gift once they became really difficult to obtain. This dial has been made with a minting technique which links it back to the inspiration of the watch itself, aged in a meticulous way to give us this lovely effect to the dial. This is a real showpiece for me and it definitely embodies the idea of art on the wrist. It's encapsulated in a 40mm stainless steel casing, highly polished through the lugs and the bezel, but with a really nice accenting fine brushed effect to the side of the case profile. A slightly domed sapphire crystal fits really nicely into this piece, as does the ornate crown. Honestly, I think it really suits the overall feeling of the watch and definitely gives a more vintage antique look to the rest of the piece. I think it's obviously time for me to talk to you about the case dimensions. In diameter, I have this at 40.4mm. It's 11mm thick. Lug to lug comes in at 46.4mm. And we have 20mm lugs on this piece. Now, that definitely means you can switch this band out for whatever you want. However, I'll get to why you shouldn't later on. Finishing off the casing is probably one of my favorite features of this watch, the case back. Not something you often hear about a case back, but this one is different, trust me. It's a screw-in case back which explains the 50-meter water resistance. In the center, however, we have an actual explanation of the coin depicted. I really love that they've almost given us a learning reference here, something to really increase your knowledge of what you've got on your wrist. Explaining the guardian angel of Venice, the Piazza San Marco, and at the bottom, the iconic vessel of Venice, the gallery. I think that an explanation to this coin is really a spectacular idea for the case back. Something completely different to anything that we usually see in these watches. The dial is just incredible and it really does give a premium effect to me. The minted coin holds the model name at the 12 o'clock, the Redentore Historia Temporis, followed by the minted date 1684 to 1688. The artwork for this dial, or more precisely this coin, really does scream Italian Renaissance to me, and I think that captures the ideology of this piece perfectly. The angel sits at the top of the dial along with the Venezianico applied logo. That's in a high polished finish, and it follows with the handset and the casing. Following that, we have the Piazza San Marco, and that could be one of the most scenic areas in Venice. The watch is finished with a gorgeous, high polished Dauphine handset. Finishing on the hands really does highlight them against the aged effect of the dial. This watch is fitted with an NH35 movement, which unfortunately provides it with a ghost date. This particular Redentore is fitted with an absolutely fantastic antique leather band. It gives an amazing aged effect to the band straight out of the box, and it also fits the motif of the watch perfectly, adding to the aged nature while also adding to the elegance of the piece and something that you wouldn't really see at this type of price point. It's supplied with a high polished buckle with the Venezianico logo. Obviously, it's time to see how it looks on my wrist. Here we have it on wrist. This has definitely been one that I've enjoyed showing off over the last week or two, and it's definitely one that people like to see. I've noticed plenty of people paying attention to it and really wanting to have it explained to them. It's definitely a conversation starter, and if you're looking at this type of watch, I think that's exactly what you're looking at for. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. I really adore this piece. It gives a level of elegance as well as being something that you don't see in the everyday. That's exactly what you get from Venezianico. They are always thinking outside the box, but also are displaying their own heritage and history here, which I absolutely love. It is, however, time to talk about the negatives of the piece. At £385, I would have liked to have seen an NH38 movement in here. It just negates the whole argument of a ghost date position. Not everyone minds it, but for the people that do, just eliminates them from the market, and I don't think that's really what Venezianico want to do. It's obviously not the most legible watch because it has no indices. You are pretty much setting this piece through your guesstimation of what a watch face looks like. And yeah, so the legibility, not there, but that's kind of what you come to expect with these types of watches. The ones that are trying to be more like art and expression. Overall, you know exactly what you're buying this watch for, and it's not the legibility. I think it's a beautiful dress piece, and it would be the center of attention at plenty of occasions. It's been absolutely brilliant having Venezianico back on the channel. I really enjoy their work, and I definitely appreciate what they're doing with their latest releases. And if you want to check them out, they are linked in the description below. Definitely worth a further look because they have a catalogue of watches. Go check out their divers. They are incredible. Thanks for watching this one, guys. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.